So you're heading to Australia to study? That's awesome. Your to-do list is probably a mile long. But listen, there's one thing on that list, this little acronym, OSHC, that you absolutely cannot ignore. It stands for Overseas Student Health Cover, and trust me, understanding it isn't just a good idea, it's everything. So let's demystify this thing, shall we?
Okay, so here's our game plan. First up, we're going to talk money, your financial safety net. Then we'll get into the super important visa stuff. After that, we'll break down what you're actually covered for, make sure you get the timing right, and wrap it all up with how to secure your peace of mind. All right, first things first. Let's talk about the big one, money. Because at its heart, OSHC is really about protecting your wallet. You know, healthcare in Australia, it's amazing, but it can get seriously expensive, and this is your financial shield. Okay, to really get this, let's paint a picture. I hope this never, ever happens to you, but imagine it does. You have a medical emergency. You need an ambulance, lights and sirens, the whole deal. What do you think that little trip costs if you don't have insurance? Yeah, we're talking thousands. A single ambulance ride could easily set you back over $1,000. And that's before you even get to the hospital bill. You see, while Australian healthcare is top-notch, one bad day, one unexpected accident could turn into a massive financial crisis for an international student. It's a scary thought, and that is exactly why OSH exists. It's not just any old health insurance. Nope, it's designed specifically for you, the international student. Think of it as your financial safety net, making sure you can get the help you need without that heart-stopping price tag attached.
Okay, so it's a financial lifesaver. We get that. But here's the thing. This isn't just a good idea. It's not optional. The Australian government takes this so seriously that it's actually a rock-solid, non-negotiable part of your student visa. And look, don't just take my word for it. This is straight from the source. Visa Condition 8501. It says you must maintain adequate health insurance for the entire duration of your stay. The keywords there are must and entire. There's no wiggle room here.
So what's the bottom line here? It's simple, and it's serious. Your OSHE is directly tied to your visa. If you let it lapse, even for a short time, you're breaking your visa rules. And that can lead to your visa being canceled. It's as straightforward and as serious as that. Okay, so you know you have to get it, but what are you actually getting for your money? Let's pull back the curtain and look at the real nitty-gritty of what a typical policy covers, and just as importantly, what it doesn't. This pretty much spells it out, right? On one side, you've got the essentials, the core stuff. We're talking visits to the doctor or GP, hospital care, and yeah, that all-important emergency ambulance. But now look at the other side. This is key. Your standard OSHC doesn't cover things like dental work, getting glasses, or physiotherapy. For that kind of thing, you'd usually need to buy what's called an extras policy. Now listen up, because this is a really common mistake that can get students into trouble. Getting the timing, the duration of your policy exactly right is absolutely critical. Get this wrong, and you could have a gap in your cover, and that's a big no-no for your visa. So check this out. Your OSHC doesn't just stop the day you finish your final exam. For most courses, it has to cover you for your entire study period, plus an extra couple of months on top of that. This is to make sure it lines up perfectly with the full length of your visa. And there are a few other rules you've got to know. Rule 1, your cover has to start before you even arrive in Australia. Rule 2, if you're doing, say, an English course, then a university degree back-to-back, your OSHC needs to cover that whole block of time, including any holidays in between. And finally, if you're bringing family, they have to be on the policy too for the exact same amount of time. The main takeaway? No gaps. Ever. All right, we've covered the why, the what, and the for how long. So the last piece of this puzzle is actually picking a provider and, finally getting that peace of mind we've been talking about. No, you can't just go with any old insurance company. You have to pick from a list of government-approved providers, like the ones you see here. And while they all meet the basic requirements for your visa, they might have slight differences, different partner hospitals or extra little benefits. So it's definitely worth doing a bit of shopping around to see which one feels like the best fit for you. When you boil it all down, past the rules and the paperwork, OHSC is about one thing. It's about peace of mind. It's knowing that if you get sick, if you have an accident, you're going to be okay. You're protected. And having that weight off your shoulders, that's what lets you focus on the real reason you came here, to study and to succeed. So as you're getting ready for this amazing adventure in Australia, try not to see OSHC as just another box to check. See it as your foundation. It's the thing that lets you build your future without worry. So the real question isn't about insurance. It's, are you ready to pour all your energy into your studies, knowing your health and well-being are completely taken care of?